Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
You do, not only do you create these characters, but you do impressions.
Yes.
And I think it's I know a lot of people who do Trump, and it's the nuances. It's certain things that you focus on.
Yeah.
That make the impressions so legit.
Oh,
you know
well,
what I mean?
you.
So
I mean, everyone does it. It's a Shatner, right? Trump is like a Shatner.
Right.
It's like an Elvis.
Right.
So I don't know. I think for me, that thing of that specifics is the same way we're talking. It's like I'm entertained by figuring out what are the weird things about him.
Right.
So to me, I didn't see it as building the impression. I just went, once I got stuck into doing this tour, and I was like, oh fuck, I've got to like really do him. I can't just like half-ass. Like in 2015, it was like, oh, I can do a broad stroke interpretation of him. And then as it kept going, it was like, oh, I've got to study him. Right. So then when I started studying him, I was like, oh, there's so many weird. He's such a dowager. He's such a weird kind of, he's, as my friend Pete Gross says, who plays Pence, it's like he's an old Jewish woman trapped in this fat German man's body.
Right.
He is, we did a clip show, and what we did was we overlaid the Golden Girls onto it. And so I did a hybrid of B. Arthur and Trump for that episode specifically. So I did a lot of her like bringing her hands up.
Right.
And what I love is I like things like that. I like mashing up ideas of what people are. So impression, almost like John D. Domenico. I don't know if you know who that guy is, but he does an incredible Trump. He was been around forever, right? And he's a pro. And I look at him and go, that's an impersonator. That's a person who, this is what he does. And he could do anything. I see my thing as sort of being like, I can happen to do Trump well, but for me, that's fine. It's like, what are the combinations and what things can I slot in and pull out and do with him?
How did the whole thing begin? How did this whole
ASCAP? I was improvising, and someone walked in and said, "Mr. President," and it was 2 months after he announced, and I went, "Well, that'd be funny, Trump president. Okay, I'll come out." And so I did what probably where Alec Baldwin's impression is now was like my first go at it.
Mm-hmm. Right. What do you think of Alec Baldwin's impression?
I don't think it's particularly good. I think that it is. I think it's Alec doing Alec with a little bit of Trump on top of it. And my thing is I worked with him. He's neither here nor there, but he talked shit about me on Kimmel one time.
No way. What did he say?
He wouldn't name me, but he said there's some internet. It was in this time where the Correspondents' Dinner last year, and people at midnight had done a whole like hashtag campaign to try to get me to host the Correspondents' Dinner. And I sort of was caught off guard by it because I was like at home, no tour dates anymore, not knowing what I was going to do.
Oh, I've never felt like that. What does that feel like?
Yeah. And then these things are popping up and you're going, what is this?
Right.
Well, then within a week, he goes on Kimmel and he's like, well, there's some internet guy. And I was like, no, dude, I worked with you. I auditioned for SNL and I did you and Trump in that audition. I know you know what's up and who I am. And when you mouth fuck you, and then I wrote him on Twitter and said, thanks for the fuck you on Kimmel. And he goes, you're welcome. And I was like, why'd you even do that? Why'd you admit it? But
he's showing his cards, if you ask me.
So you had started doing this impression.
I started in August 2015.
Okay. what? So you started doing it.
Yes.
I just want to get the timeline.
I'm sorry. So I started doing it. So that after I did him in ASCAT,
right?
Shannon said, "Hey, you should do a Trump show."
Okay.
So I had 7 days. I wrote the show.
This
and
is
put
to
it
go
up.
live at UCB.
Go live at UCB.
Right. Okay.
And the conceit of the show was, it's the first press conference after he's been elected. It's called,
and we all thought this was never going to
a huge
happen.
joke. It's
okay.
called Trump Dump, and then the idea of the show, as we do all these bits about what he's going to do as president, is that the Trump Dump is actually the fact that he's launched all the nukes, and that this press conference was a distraction, and then we end with this sort of Dr. Strangelove.
How fucking real this is?
I know. Well, I will say, earlier than most, I was like, this is going to be real if people don't wake up, and I say people on our end. Because you knew the right wasn't going to wake up, but the left was not waking up. And so after a couple, James was doing Bernie in L.A., and then he was coming to New York, so I called him. I said, hey, let's do a debate. Wouldn't that be funny? And he went, yeah. So we booked it at Whiplash. We taped the debate. We had
I hate going to Whiplash because my neck always hurts. Good night, ladies! Go ahead.
And then we taped it. We released it. It went viral or whatever, it was popular. And then, people started going, well, we can make money off these people.
Too.
Yes, HIV went viral. As you know, I threw condoms at everybody.
Yeah.
And then they started saying, we'll do the Bell House. So we did another show.
Right.
And then that built into a tour. And then we did the tour.
And how did you decide to do Trump versus Bernie?
I think because James and I were friends and he could do Bernie and I could do Trump. And we also were like, they're both sort of weird, like New York weirdos.
Right.
So it's funny to have these two opposite.
I mean, they're the same fucking age,
yes,
basically.
They are the shadow self and the shadow. They are the reflect. They are the person in the shadow.
Right.
It's like the Jets and the Jets.
It's just, and they annoy me.
Yes, both
of them annoy me.
Yes, both of them are annoying.
Fucking annoy me.
Yes.
And everyone thinks Bernie, by the way, even though you won't admit it. Everyone thinks that he's just loves women. He's not. He's a misogynist too.
Well, he wrote that paper, right? That graduate school paper about rape, right? That was.
Oh, I'm not aware.
You don't know? There's something he wrote early on that was very controversial.
Can you do something,
that would have come out. Yeah. I think there's a couple of things that would have hurt him in the general.
Bernie Sanders' 1972 essay on rape. Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign tried to distance him from this essay in which he wrote that a woman fantasizes being raped by 3 men simultaneously.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Man,
I mean, who writes a paper on that?
It's called Man and Woman.
You should go to that. You don't write a paper on it.
By Bernie Sanders.
Who goes to the teacher goes, listen,
I have a great idea. I have a great
thesis.
premise. Let's do that scene, shall we?
Okay.
You're Bernie.
Okay, I'll do my best, Bernie.
All right.
James is going to murder me. I'm like doing all his impressions.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Hey, yes, how can I help you?
I've got a great idea.
Yes.
What I want to do is I want to write a paper.
Uh-huh.
Now, a lot of people, I don't do a good Bernie.
Yeah, it's
I don't do a good Bernie. Can I tell you? I don't do a good Bernie. Hold on. 1% of 1%. So I want to do, a lot of people have written papers about a woman having a fantasy of 2 men raping her.
Okay.
But I have the solution. 3 men.
This is what you want your paper to be about.
I want to write it. I think it's a great idea.
Okay. This is a Spanish class?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So I don't know why you want to. Do you want to write this paper in Spanish?
No, I want to write it in English, and then we read it to everybody, and they can translate the Spanish in their heads.
Okay, Bernie, get the fuck
out
of my office.
Okay, listen. Let's hold on.
He
2 women, 1 midget.
The constant, which. The constant, his hands up all the time.
Yeah.
Like he's not
that's
fucking
James.
listening.
James does
I know,
that
James
so
does
well.
it. It's so funny. And the not listening and the fucking, shut up. Nothing you say is ever going to come true. Okay? How did you meet your wife?
John's Pizza. She was a hostess.
Thank God for John's Pizza.
John's Pizza my whole life. I mean, she was a host. She was the first person I spoke to in New York because I got off the train at Penn Station, and I went to John's where my friend Christian was working.
Is Christian Jewish?
Yeah, Christian is Jewish. No, Christian is the furthest from being Jewish. And the first person I spoke to was the hostess, and it turned out to be my wife, who told me in 2003 she would never ever be with me in a million years.
So,
Cool.
did you chase after her?
We came in and out of our lives, and then she was kind of ending a relationship, and I was around, and
she used you.
it was a little painful.
So,
Yeah,
did you
she
make out?
used
Did you
me.
ever
No.
do it in John's Pizza?
My wife would kill me. Yeah, we did.
Where?
You have to.
Where?
In the walk-in, behind the thing.
On the guy who did payroll, Ken, on his desk.
Nice.
Really?
Take that, Ken.
Did you come on the payroll sheet?
On the desk.
Yeah.
Was Ken a dick?
And boy, trying to get
Ken?
that up.
What's Ken's name?
Ken Jones?
Oh, no, not Jewish. All right, so.
No, he's black. Although there are black Jews.
Yeah. There are black Jews, Anthony!
I always want to do a character, Sammy Dennis Miller. Hey, babe.
That's funny. Okay, so when you went to pitch this show, to
Yes.
Comedy Central.
Yes.
You know, your thought was, okay,
We're done with the tour. We've done
he's
a special.
reality TV
Yes.
guy. What if he had his own TV show?
Yes. Well, it was sort of. He had talked about Trump TV, and then we learned recently that he really did want to lose and just have a TV network.
Right.
So I knew that
Are
early
you doing
on.
coke again?
Yes.
You are fucking
Oh,
sniffling.
No, I'm like, it's this weather.
Why do you think Trump does coke? I mean, he does the.
He really, I think he did, and I think he lies about the fact that he did, and he probably has. But you know what that is? That thing,
That's nerves.
No, it's that he has a loose denture block, and what he does is he sucks up through his nose to create a vacuum to lock his dentures in. That's why he had that thing where he was like, "God bless the United States."
That sounded.
God bless the United States. My favorite is Judge Gorsuch. Judge Gorsuch, one of the greatest. Judge Gorsuch.
Here's the
Edward your dragon.
How does he have dentures? Like.
I think he has like
the
a
most
bridge
healthy
cap.
mouth.
No, I think he has like a bridge cap. I think he has one of those things where it's like.
I'm
the
surprised
front.
he doesn't say I have all my own teeth.
He's the Martha Ray of presidents.
Wait, so you think he
We're
has
the
a
only
denture
two
gap?
people who get that show, by the way.
Wait, you think he has a denture gap?
Yeah, I think he has a denture gap, and I think this is him sucking it up. It's probably.
But he does it when he's really
OCD.
nervous.
Yeah, because he's OCD. Well, what he does when he's really nervous, and he's trying to be confident, is he does this sort of like.
Yeah, he did that at the press
like titty
conference,
hug.
or that fake. We're all that fake
Fire
meeting.
Fury. My favorite was when he's sitting there, crunched into his arms at a table, going, "We'll meet them with fire and fury." And he looks the most scared.
What happened?
That's all right.
Okay.
You gotta get that off the mic. There you go.
Wait, whose mic went off? Are you fucking kidding me, Hennessy? You put the computer on the on-off button on the fucking mic?
Yeah, and don't make me do it again.
You're such an asshole.
What if the whole? What if
he was doing the impression? How much of the impression did
Like
we
2
miss?
seconds.
The last half hour.
It was very.
Shut up.
Just the last
Dramatic.
half hour.
Oh, wait, so yeah, but he did that at the remember
Fire and the
when
fury.
he made them videotape the meeting with the bipartisan
Yes.
meeting. He
Yes.
he did the same thing with
Yes.
the arms crossed.
Oh yeah, he's. So we knew that. So when I thought, well, how would Trump do fireside chats?
Right.
And I said, if Trump had his druthers, it was, remember Casino when De Niro can't go to the casino anymore?
Right.
So he does that late night show?
Yes.
That was my vision. My vision was always like the notion that Trump does his cheap version of a late night show. And then I sort of went, well, let's throw, Merv Griffin and Flip Wilson. Let's like move all this stuff into that world. Because that's what his zeitgeist would be,
Right.
and that's what he would do. And so that was the pitch. He does a late night show from the Oval, which is his fireside chat, and then we just see into his world. So it was a hybrid sort of narrative and weekly. It was like a hybrid of the two, because you're like, the world has to be real. This really is the Oval. These are really these people, but they're also doing this topical satirical show about themselves. And then the other thing, which is, probably why it's a niche thing, is like, I wanted to do a show. I mean, my highest compliment was when the bassist in the Christmas special, who was like 90, was like, "This reminds me of when I was at the Steve Allen show." And I was like, "Thank you." And I'm sure
That's a huge compliment.
And every other executive was probably like, "Oh my God." I mean, I used to pitch things where I was like, "Yeah, I'm like,
no,
this is
every
like
other
Love American
executive
style."
is like, who was Steve Allen?
Yeah,
Okay.
who was Steve Allen? But you would do things where you go, "Yeah, I want to do like a Mary Hartman thing," and they'd be like, "Who?" And
oh God,
yeah. So that was my favorite thing, was at least for a year, hopefully more. But like, I got to do television, like really, when we had a thing where General Kelly was portrayed just as a giant. Mm-hmm. So we had our art department just build these 2 giant feet and this hand, and it grabbed Mario and pulled him off. So
I could have done that part.
You could have just walked. Yeah, I know. Now I realize. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so she, we wanted to do the Peanuts thing of like the adult being like wah, 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 wah. Yeah. So someone said, "Oh, we'll just get a nice audio cart for that." I went, "No, you'll hire a live trombonist."
Oh, that's perfect.
And you'll have them do it there. So what we tried to do was really 20th century TV.
Right.
I tried to do everything live during the taping. Voiceovers, everything we did, including freezes, we did actually people just froze.
Right.
That's so fun.
And that was the thing that was the greatest thing for me about doing the show, was doing that, and then watching all the people who worked on that show, even camera people, even like people who like are detached and work a show. They were like, "I love being here and doing this because we're like actually challenged. We're not like standing there and doing nothing."
Now, when Mario came on to do Scaramucci, and that Scaramucci was in the job for 5 minutes. I mean, when he got fired, I was like, because I really thought this is it for Mario. He's gonna get on SNL, and that was. He's such a dick, Scaramucci.
Yeah,
he's a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's like talk about coked up. Like, he's just like, seems like. Well, but the thing was, the great with Mario was like, I had done the election night on The View, and Mario had performed the year before, and I did Trump. So then almost a year later,
that's cool.
I'm like writing Mario going, "Hey, do you want to do Mooch?" He comes and does the first one, and then when Mooch gets pulled out, and I write him, I go, "Well, we got to say goodbye to you." But the other thing too is like, we brought Mooch back for the Christmas special. The truth is that these archetypes are deeper than the You can't believe in the narrative like, "Oh, you can't use them anymore." It's like, no, they represent something worse than just their surface.
Now he's defending Trump.
Of course.
Yeah.
Steve Bannon will never go away. I don't care if you fire him from Breitbart, whatever. That presence, that idea.
Who would you get to play Steve Bannon?
We had John Gemberling, who played Bevers.
Because I would get a woman to play Steve Bannon. Because that would fucking piss him off even more. When you do an impression, like you're doing an impression of Trump, right? You get into his psyche.
Yeah.
What do you fucking think of him? Like, he's dumb? Like, what do you really think of him as a human being?
No, I don't think I think that, there's different degrees of dumb. I think that when I get into him, I go, on one level, I'm like, from knowing everything and meeting childhood friends and all this stuff, I think that he has a personality disorder.
Yeah.
I think he grew up in a home where I think his father was deeply abusive, and I think his mother had mental illness. Mm-hmm. And I think
I don't know how you'd know what that.
Yeah, I don't know how you know, right? And then he has his mother's hair.
Yes, exactly.
Which is amazing.
Right.
I think he also I think that his older brother meant a lot to him, and I think his older brother, we could speculate on what his lifestyle was like and all that, but I think that his older brother also bucked the system. His older brother didn't take on his father's shit. His older brother joined a Jewish fraternity at college just to piss his dad off.
Right.
And so I think that Trump as the number 2,
all right, find that out, please.
Shlomo.
Yeah.
Shlomo
Fi Shalom. Yeah.
So I think that when I look at
Epstein,
him,
Shlomo Fly Epstein.
So I have to have empathy for him. You have to have empathy for him just in the human condition, which is here's the condition of the person. The condition of the person is a pained, stunted adolescent whose brother died, who was abused by his father and mother. And that doesn't excuse him. Empathy isn't excusing.
But don't
It's
you
just-
think he's a hateful?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he hates. I think he's a hateful, dismissive, casual bully who doesn't give a shit, who also I think almost is like an anti-Buddha, like he does not care,
Right.
doesn't give a shit, nothing has
Not
any
curious.
meaning, no weight, incurious, dismissive, and so
Liar.
Yes.
Like fucking liar.
Pathological liar. But the big thing is that he deeply, desperately wants everyone to love him, believe him,
Right.
and believe he's good and
Right.
right. And that's the most fucked
Right.
part. And so he can't I'm telling you right now, he does not understand why people don't like him. Mm-hmm. And he thinks everyone else is wrong and he's right. And I think his inappropriate relationship with his daughter has a lot to do with his notion of women. And the fact that he believes that the way you express confidence in women is you say they're attractive and you want to fuck them.
Right.
So he even extends that to his own daughter. And I think his daughter is like, oh, my fucking dad, like, I'm not giving her any passes, but like, I think they all have no real relationship with him.
I know.
They weren't raised around him.
And what
The fraternity, I have the name of it if you want.
What?
He went to it at Lee University in Pennsylvania. It was called Sigma Alpha Mu.
That's where Henry is. Sammy.
Really?
That's hilarious. That's the Jewish fraternity
How about
that
that?
my son Henry's in.
Really?
Sammy.
All right.
Wow. Well,
destined
isn't that interesting, though? Because that shows you this rebelliousness of, like,
Right.
I refuse to do it. And that's where I went in and just went, I look at my own life and I go, well, what if I hadn't had more support systems? Like, what if I hadn't... There's a possibility of that version. I have been that selfish, self-involved, and
Right.
shitty in my life. I have an aspect of me that clearly
Right.
I can turn on and bring to the front of my mind
Right.
and embrace. So I think one of the big things always to remember, in my view, is like, there but for the grace of God go
Right.
I. And two, this is a tortured, pained person, and that doesn't mean I have to feel bad for him for all the pain and torture he's put to everybody
Right,
else.
right.
But I have to understand that the key to any person is not to double down on that, because that's not going to get you anything.
Right.
And in addition, you remove him, you still have a systemically misogynist, racist, classist party that also the Democrats are, not helping the situation either. And everyone is actually taking advantage of being able to pour all their anger into him.
Right.
So that somehow when he gets removed, we'll all cheer and go, oh, thank God, it can go back to the shitty thing it was before that led to him becoming president.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, is he awful and repugnant and terrible and annoying and stupid?
But do you think he's going to get impeached?
I don't know, because one, impeachment would take us to 2020. There's
Right.
no way he can get impeached.
And I don't want Pence.
That's the other thing.
Pence is a fucking freak. Do you see the way
Pence
he
is-
stands behind him and stares at him?
Yes.
Like he's going to go jerk off to him
Yes.
after the...
It's creepy,
Right.
and also he can get things done.
Oh shit, it's...
Pence can get things done. That Trump can't
But I
get
don't
shit
want
done.
Pence to get things done.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
he's such a fucking gay hater.
Yes.
He's a fucking ass. He's so
a
gay.
gator.
He's a gator.
He's a gator. He loves Florida.
We'll be right back with more of Kill Me Now with Judy Gold.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Listen, I want to have a conversation with Trump right now. Wait, but I want you to do your Alec Baldwin.
Oh my God. I don't even know if it's that good right now.
All right, go ahead. Hi, Alec. Hey.
Yes. Mercy! What is it? What do you want?
I have to say he's been really nice to me, Alec Baldwin.
Of course, I've been very nice to you.
Listen, I really want to get on Match Game. And yeah, I know we talked about this at Dick Cavett birthday party.
Yeah.
And you said you were going to be doing more. And
I'm going to be doing more. And
yeah.
Of course, you could be on there. I'd love for you to be on.
So how do I get on it? Because like I haven't been on. It's like every other comic who's in my little group, you know, is on, and I would be perfect for it. You know, like. Okay, but
when I said that you could be on, I meant you could be on a contestant, Liz Lemon. I haven't worked on him in a long time.
Okay,
but
who's your favorite person to do?
Well, this is the other thing is that I do characters
who you make up,
who I make up,
right?
I mean, my favorite, obviously, was Trump. I mean, I've recently been doing that woman from the British Bake Show. I really enjoy her. I mean, I used to do Woody Allen and Ronan Farrow having a conversation, and Ronan would be like, "Dad, look at you. It's like looking in a mirror. You're my pop. Look at you, Pop. You know, there's something I have to tell you. You know, you're probably not my son. You know, I know."
Woody, I was, like a lot of people don't want to do your movies anymore.
Right.
Like, how do you feel about that?
You know, I love you, Judy, and I just feel like, why can't... people don't want to do my movies because, I have to take a break. I have to take a break, to eat out, a child. And... So, recently there's been a lot of developments in film, and I've created.
Now, did you? So, like Soon Yi, basically,
yes.
It is like if my current girlfriend Woody, who
how old is she?
She's way older. She's out of your radar. She's 56. But if she.
Wait, are you really dating just a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old?
No.
Okay.
She's 56.
Oh, that's what I call 56.
If she married my son Henry, who's 21, that would be like that's like you. That's what happened with you, and
that would be
but that's what happened with you and Soon Yi.
But it only works the other way, But it's an older man and a younger woman. It's only attractive when you do it that way. In Soon Yi, here's the other thing. Initially I just wanted her to clean the house, and we had sex a little bit. But then she insisted on getting married, and I said, okay, I need someone to hold my oboe.
It's a clarinet, Woody. It's a clarinet.
No, that's not what I'm referring to.
All right. Donald, I want to talk to you, Donald.
Okay. Yes.
I hate you.
Who are you? Are you Jew?
Yeah, I'm a Jew.
Judy Gold.
Yeah.
That's everything you need to know, right? Judy Gold. It's a Jewish name, most Jewish name.
So, you didn't want to be president, did you?
I don't want to be president. I never wanted to be. I never wanted to run, but I thought it would get Melania to leave the house. Here's the truth.
Right.
It was either take a cruise and then have her disappear off the end of the boat. But now... Richard Nixon...
but Melania hates you, doesn't she?
Melania hates me, but this is only because I got her a new dog bed, and it's synthetic hair in there. She sleeps at the foot of the bed. Ivanka stays in the bed with me. We're going to have the first...
What do you think of Jared? Like, do you like your son-in-law, Jared? He's kind of a pretty boy.
Jared is very milky guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'll say this: if you need to loosen something, if you get something, you get your finger stuck in a ring, just rub Jared up against your finger; it'll loosen it right up. Jared is like a Purell dispenser. People walk by and just swipe their hand on him, and then they rinse their hands. Steve Bannon uses Jared's sweat to masturbate. Jared's like a proto-human. You ever see the movie The Minority Report and those people who are lying?
Yes.
That's Jared. It's like Jared's like unformed. Jared has...
Are you fucking Hope Hicks?
Am I fucking Hope Hicks?
Yeah.
No. Am I lying next to her and rubbing pre-cum on her thigh? Yes. That's not fucking.
So,
there's a little place called Hope. Trust me, very tight.
Have you ever read a book?
I read so many books. I read all the books, and I love the Bible. I've read the Bible. That's the big book.
Uh-huh.
And I love reading the books. And what you do, you hold the book.
Uh-huh.
You look at it. You open the page. You see the cover. You look inside about the author. What's the book? And then you give it to somebody. You don't need to read the in-between. Just read the cover to cover.
So you haven't read any fucking books?
No, I don't read. I don't have time to read. I read articles. I read magazines.
Do you watch a lot of TV?
First off, we have 3 televisions, and I have a burger remote. This is the most incredible thing. Mm-hmm. It's an edible remote. Every day you get a burger, and when you want to change the channel, you bite a pickle. And I watch Fox and Friends, Friends and Fox, Fox Around, Friends for 5, 5 for none, 8 is enough. I read it all.
I hate you, Donald. I can't stand you.
Don't worry. Listen, you can hate me. That makes you love me more. I love myself the more you hate me. I hate all women. You know what I say? This is the one thing I'll say. When people say me too, I go, yeah, me too. I hate women. That's what I thought they meant. So I started tweeting me too. I said, me too. Yeah, me too. I can't stand women. Someone told me that was Alyssa Milano. My God, she's not just a cookie.
Oh God.
What else do you want to know?
Can you quit? Can you do something?
I want to quit. Here's the thing. No quitters. Quitters are losers. Losers are quitters. You're going to force me out. Okay. And I'm not getting out. 2020, I'm staying in. I'll stay in as long as I can until somebody gets me out. Okay. Because you got to get me out. You want to get me out? Haul me out. Pick me up and throw me out. Like Lou Costello. Send me the moon. Just tell me we're going to Mars. I said we're going to Mars. Send me to Mars. And I'll go to Mars. I'll be the president of Mars. The red planet. The red planet. Here's the thing.
So you don't believe a woman should have the right to, have an abortion?
First off, a woman should not have a right to have an abortion. Okay, they need to carry it to term.
Okay, so have you ever paid for an abortion for any of your girlfriends, mistresses?
Listen, what I pay for, okay, is not the abortion. I pay for the relief of knowing that there's no child in the world with my name on it. That's very different.
Now, your son, Don Jr., is a fucking asshole.
Excuse me. Let me tell you something. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Don Jr., Don's very difficult.
Right.
Okay? The kid, he hunts the animals.
Yeah, with
so
Eric.
Tough.
Yeah.
He hunts with Eric. One time he shot Eric. He thought Eric was a very, very pale tiger with no stripes.
Right.
He shot Eric. That was a big deal. To clean that up. Sorry, I had some sliders before I came here. I ate 5 sliders. Every morning I wake up and I have sliders and potato skins. Here's the point. Don Jr., very difficult kid, okay, but he's my blood, okay? But he'll go down.
He's a fucking asshole. He's a gross, greasy fuck.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. You can say whatever you want about my kids.
Have you wanted to fuck any of your kids' wives? Like Eric or Donald Jr.?
If Jared Kushner is technically my kid because he's my son-in-law, then yes, I've wanted to fuck one of my kids' wives.
Thank you for engaging me. I love you. I want you on. You have to come back here.
I'll come back anytime. Great. I love you too.
I love you more.
This is so much fun.
All right. We ask our contestants.
Yes.
2 questions.
Yes.
Every episode.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, the first question, I'm going to say yes.
I will say no.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you or have you ever been on...
never ask
I
it.
know. And are you or have you ever been on any antidepressants?
No.
What? Fuck, I don't want Hennessy winning. Never?
Never.
You fucking smoking crack and you've never been on an antidepressant?
Never.
Fuck.
In your face.
I've never taken
Wow.
one. I get scared. I get scared of them.
Why?
Because it's not meth?
Yeah. Because, yes. It's interesting, right? Because it's always funny with people who do like really tons of chemicals and drugs, and they're like, I can't do that to my brain, but I'll smoke out of a pipe.
Right.
Fucking bleach.
Right.
I think my biggest fear always with SSIDs, right, is
SSRIs.
SSRIs is that would read so many articles about how they don't really know what it does to serotonin and melatonin production, and I would. The few times that there was possible, it was not suggested, but it was discussed in like therapy. I would always come back to the fear that it would irrevocably change the way that my serotonin and melatonin was produced.
Right.
And it concerned me that there's not still enough research there about what and how it affects the pineal gland, and that concerned me.
Oh God, then I'm
Valid.
fucking dead. I'm fucking dead.
I'm not. It's not a judgment. I'm saying that's my concern.
I'm getting off a major one. A major.
Oh, okay.
I was talking with John Fugelsang yesterday.
Yeah.
He got off that one, but he didn't do it. He didn't taper, and he had these like horrible fits where he was like hitting himself, and because you're so angry, you have no frustration tolerance.
Right.
And I was doing that. I was like throwing shit and and now I'm getting closely back to normal, but I realize how much anxiety I have. So much anxiety.
Oh God,
I can't take it, but I meditate and I work out, and I'm still on Wellbutrin. And
how do you like Wellbutrin? Because that's the one thing I'm thinking of taking.
Everybody loves
because
it.
It makes you not want to smoke. Well, it started as a smoking cessation drug, and then they realized, it's fine because you also have no sexual side effects.
Oh, okay, then that's good.
Because the other ones
Oh, that was the other thing that was deeply.
Forget it. But we're very pro anti whatever you fucking need to do.
Oh, I am not anti. I'm not anti.
That's why we ask everyone.
No,
because
I'm not
we want people to know that. But have you ever taken Band-Aids like Xanax or Ativan?
Oh,
or
I've
anything?
taken a Xanax. I've taken what's the
Crack.
Valium?
Yeah,
I've taken Valium. I'm not opposed to anything that works for anybody.
Right.
I think and I have friends of mine who antidepressants save their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you cannot be. I think people who do that shit, you're like, oh fuck off.
Would Trump ever do an Donald? Have you ever taken an antidepressant?
A peanut butter sandwich with bacon. And I roll it up like a pill, and I swallow it with the milkshake, and then I work it down like a turtle. So I'm just gasping and spitting fluid out of my mouth.
Okay. Our final question is.
But I've been in therapy for also 12 years.
Right.
Okay. 13 now.
Where's your therapist?
Jesus.
Now she's there's one in Boulder, Colorado, and one in New York. I do too.
Oh yeah, we did. Because you had the same. You met. Yeah.
We have about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
So you have one therapist in Boulder. Does the therapist in Boulder, Colorado, know about the therapist in New York? And does the therapist in New York know about the therapist in Boulder?
They both know each other and work together.
No way.
At one point,
Is it the same kind of therapy, talk therapy, or is it?
One is Jungian talk therapy. The other one is something called family parts therapy, where it's about looking at how your psyche's divided into different aspects that take over, that are representative of different familial traumas.
I want to go to that.
He's fucking great. It's like,
is he in New York?
Yeah.
Is he really expensive?
I mean, yeah, not too, but yeah.
You take insurance?
I don't know. I don't know if he does. He used to give me a rate though. He gave me a scale.
Right.
He scales.
Yeah, I'll scale.
Yeah.
What pisses you off the most?
Oh my God.
This is our.
You know what pisses me off the most is when you're trying to just do your work and your art and express yourself, and the trends and the things of the world and whatever social media thing is the thing that's the issue now, and someone speaks to you. Someone says that you shouldn't be able to do your. They speak for you. They presume for you. There's nothing more annoying than someone telling me what I'm about.
Right.
Does that make sense? I get so
yes.
irritated. And I had a person recently who was like, you went up and did stand up and I didn't. It was, maybe as a white male comic, you spoke out of turn with all these other people on that show who were women of color and all this. And it was, you spoke out of turn.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't even
Wait,
fucking
you had a spot
understand.
on a show.
I had a spot on a show. I did my spot. Mind you, all the other comics who were on there, both are friends, loved the set.
Right.
I didn't say anything problematic. I walked off. I mean, I walked off and did my set, and then get this whole fucking rigmarole about how, like, I shouldn't speak because I've been hearing white men talk all their lives, and you were lecturing and you were this. And I was like, listen, you're assigning all these things to me that, I didn't come and take on. I didn't walk on and take those things on.
Right.
I just was me talking.
Right.
That's it. And that's still... There is a space. Like, are we going to politicize everything?
Right.
So that there is no space to just go, hey, you didn't like it? Great. You don't like what I did?
You can have an opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking then, to harass
You don't have to
the
harass
person.
me and tell me that somehow that you know what I'm about.
Right,
or
right,
you
right.
know what my history is. That bothers me more than anything. When someone says, I'm going to say what's in your mind.
Right.
I fucking hate it. And people do it so much. They do it in relationships. Sometimes they do it in friendships. Mm-hmm. It is the biggest thing that pisses
does
me
that
off.
too. She assumes she knows what is what my intent is.
Oh,
and
God.
it's like, no, fucking listen.
Yes.
That's not even what I'm fucking talking about.
That will spin out a
Yeah.
whole night in
Yeah.
my house. Where it's like, well, this is what, and I'm like, no. You got to trust me that why
Right.
the fuck would I lie about what's in my mind?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Especially when I'm passionately making an argument at this point.
Right.
Why would I do that?
And if you do, then why are you still around me?
Yeah.
See how you put, like, the conversation comes to a complete halt.
Does it, or do you give me more, like, sometimes more attention to the pause than is necessary? Like, maybe it's just a passing comment, and then you'll pause and stare at me for 5 minutes like you want me dead.
Right.
And then that ends up kind of like being a bigger interruption sometimes, maybe.
Maybe I overreact. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's a visual show. I think
It's a visual.
I think we should have cameras on.
Yeah, we could do the Hennessy talks, Judy reacts.
It
camera.
would be so fucking funny.
Yeah.
People are missing half the show.
I know.
It's
Oh yeah, there
sorry.
is a lot of visual, physical comedy that's going on in here. At all times.
Because I can't with him.
Yeah.
And
By the
that
way, he
little
turned
fucking mustache, I can't take it.
You don't like it.
It's like it needs to be fuller. You need to get a fuller
I'm
mustache.
working on
Are
it.
you
You've
taking
got
the
it.
hormones
I'm
and
working
everything?
on it. Yeah, I'm
Are
doing
you
it.
shaving it?
Or you got to shave
No,
it.
not yet.
Okay, can I give you some advice?
Yes, please.
I used to have like a patch here where there was no hair. If you're trying to get that,
He's talking about his cheek.
okay,
Yeah.
like, you
And
have
not
to
his
pointing to
pussy.
his
just
cheek.
keep reshaving. The way to actually make it grow is to force the follicles to continue to try to produce. But the more you try to retain it there, it's actually harder for you to strengthen the hair.
Good to know.
Okay.
So
Are
you
you
have
gonna-
to damage the skin cells a little bit so
Yes,
it,
of course
it
you do.
induces growing.
Yeah, and
Like
exfoliate
Are you
so
gonna
that
do
you open
that?
up your pores.
Yes, I am.
When?
Very soon.
But always when you shave your mustache, you leave a Hitler one.
Okay.
Just for
Why?
like
Just for the show?
Just for fun. I mean, if you got a beard
Yeah.
and mustache, when you shave it all the way down to here.
Right.
Then you pull your hair over just
Yeah,
for a
my-
second, look in the mirror, and go, and then shave it.
Give a little heil. My wife's Jewish. We like to role play.
Yeah. You do?
No, I'm joking.
Oh my God.
But you know what? A woman likes to be raped by 3 men.
Well, yeah, of course. Only 3.
With the Hitler mustache.
3 is the magic
Three
number.
Musketeers. Or the Marx Brothers.
Comes back
So-
to Musk.
Yeah.
The 3 Musketeers.
Ooh,
Now we are going to
nice.
leave
Bring it
here,
back.
and
They all
we're
smell
going to
like
both.
balls.
Yeah.
We're going to leave, and we're both going to get on the fucking subway. The MTA fucking sucks. I can't. When I go in there and I look and it says 13 fucking. You know what happened today? You want to know what fucking happened today? I get off at 14th Street. There is right across, because I have to take the local. I'm on the express.
Right.
Across the platform is the local.
Yep.
It's there.
Door
The
shut as you're
door
rolling.
opens, and their door, and that guy, and you can fucking wait a minute.
Yes.
So we can get in.
Yes.
They do that on purpose.
They do it at Queens Plaza.
I know. Some guy told me they do it on because they can wait 1 fucking second.
Why wouldn't they? It
Because
makes
they're
no
fucking assholes.
sense. Yes.
Because it's the power thing.
If you go to London, I don't want to be. If you go to London, you go to even Toronto, you go to Montreal. Clean subways where there are people helping you.
I know.
Where if you can't get in, someone goes, all right, just go in, and everyone's fine.
Right.
And
It's because they have health insurance.
I had to
that's
jump
why.
a fucking turnstile today. I literally jumped a turnstile to get in here. I'm 43 with a backpack and coffee, and I was like, I've got it. And then I lifted myself over and was like, oh, I don't. I was like, almost like, I don't got it. And this woman was screaming at me in the booth. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you won't let me in. The credit card machines don't work. There is no way for me to buy a ticket, and this system has set itself up where they've gotten rid of all of the conductor people.
I know.
What are you doing? You can't get rid of everybody and then not have an effective system
Right.
that isn't always, that screen is always covered income.
Right.
Always. That screen, every screen
it
looks like
is.
someone shot a huge load onto it. And I like know how to work touchscreens with my
Right.
knuckles. Like if I ever had all my fingers chopped off
Right.
at the tips, like for some sort of
Yeah.
hostage thing, I'd be fine. I know how to work a nub like nobody's business.
Hey, that's what she said.
All right, I got to go to my son's basketball game. I can't. Anthony, you were so much fucking fun.
Oh, please. You're a genius.
Oh,
You're wonderful.
not.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm so honored you even have me
Oh my
on.
God, I'm so excited.
And now we can work together.
I know. What we have to do something really fun.
I'll do, listen.
Okay, you'll pitch it because I'm too old apparently.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Just for that moment.
Yeah. Listen. Or anything you want to plug? When is this on?
Oh,
23rd and 30th.
yeah.
Oh.
So January
23rd.
31st.
So January 31st at the new UCB in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to come.
Is the Tony? Why don't you do a set on it? Is the Tony show?
I want to do. I want to do whatchamacallit.
What?
I want to do your fucking variety.
That's what I'm saying.
that's
Come
the
do
Tony
it.
show.
The Tony
Okay.
show. I think we're doing something called Gallery. I don't know what it is yet, but each month I pick a new theme and do something. Cool. And so that will be the 31st at 11 p.m. at UCB Hell's Kitchen, which is between 11th and 10th Avenues on 42nd Street, baby. And I
don't know why I'm screaming. Sorry.
Look for updates on whatever happens with the President show. Don't know yet, but you can always go back and watch the last season on there. And I think you and I are on this charity thing. There's a show on the 6th of February.
Really?
There's like
the Gilbert.
Yes.
Gilbert Gottfried's kids' school. It's a great benefit.
yes. So we're all.
Henry's calling me.
You and I will be doing
let's
that.
see what's going on with him.
So
Hi,
see you
Hen.
then. And
You're on the podcast. What's going on?
When's your flight get in on Friday? Like the Friday you come visit?
I'm coming. I'm actually getting in on Thursday.
Oh, all right. This is I had to introduce myself to my public speaking class, and my teacher wants you to come in on that Friday to the public speaking class.
Really?
show and tell.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Yeah.
How
right.
embarrassing.
He said he asked me after class if you were visiting. I said yeah. And he said, well, would you come in and speak to us?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I got to get an outfit. All right.
And they're gonna make he's gonna make a speech day, so like everyone gives a 2-minute speech and you gotta get feedback.
Okay.
I won't be going that day.
Yes, you are. You're going with me.
I'm not going with you.
Henry, I'm not going to your fucking class and you're not there.
No. I'll go to the class. I'm just not speaking that day.
All right. Fine.
I don't need your feedback.
That's great. All right, I'll call you. I'll call you later.
Wait, the best part is it's 100.
What?
That's like
I can't hear. You're going in and out.
to graduate, right?
Wait, say that again? Henry, I can't hear you. It's going in and out. The best part is what? Okay.
The best part is click.
I love that.
Okay, so just so you know, this is going to air the what? The 23rd? Okay, the 25th I'm at the brewery in Blairstown, New Jersey. Can't wait. 27th, Richfield, Connecticut. The Richfield Playhouse with Bruce Valanche.
Oh,
We do this show called Big and Tall. Guess who's big? Guess who's tall? Richfield, Connecticut on the 27th. And then I go to LA. I'm in Flappers in Burbank on the 2nd and 3rd.
I know Flappers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flappers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, and then I'm going up to see Henry in Indiana at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington. What about you? Yeah, exactly. So, that was good.
My website is howtopeestandingup.com. Check it out. All my stuff
wait, here's
is on
Henry.
there.
We have to end with Henry. Yeah, Hen. What? What? Henry.
A 100 level class.
What?
And so I said the best part is it's a 100 level class that I probably should have taken freshman or sophomore year, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I needed to graduate. So I'm the oldest person in my class by 3 years.
Okay. I don't
That's
understand
the best
that.
part.
What does the 100 level class mean?
So when all my other classes are 3 and 400.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they're all freshmen?
Yeah.
All right. All right, I
hot.
gotta go. Are you stoned?
It's hot.
No, I'm done. I just got my books.
Oh, all right. All right, I love you.
Are you stoned?
No, I'm not stoned. I'm working.
I'm stoned.
All right. I'm up. Huh?
Who's on the podcast?
Anthony and Atamanuik. Atamanuik. He's the guy that does Trump on the President's Show. He's on Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I love you.
Me too.
All right, bye. Oh, God.
Boy, it got so much darker once he knew. It was like,
Yeah. It's like, no, because he's in the car and driving. All right, I have to hang up. Listen, JudyGold.com. What's your website?
Tony Atamanuik on Twitter. Just look up Tony. I have no website.
You're so with it. Did you ever do internet stuff for Jim Henson? All right, so
come see my porch that looks like the set of Sanford and Son in Queens.
and
Have you ever heard Ella Fitzgerald? I'm going to give it to you. Ella Fitzgerald singing and scatting the Sanford and Son theme song with Count Basie at the Santa Monica
Will you
Jazz
send it to
Festival
me?
in the 80s. Yeah,
oh my God, I have to hear
it's
that.
It's the most brilliant interpretation. Yes.
You know what my mother used to say? I hate when they do that. It's because they don't know the words.
Oh.
All right, I
Brilliant.
have to go. Listen, thank you all for listening. Why are you looking at me like that, Hennessy? With that
love
confused
you.
look.
It's not. Just now that you're not taking your antidepressants, you can see my face.
Don't forget to subscribe to
Yeah, right.
Kill Me
Yeah.
Now on
Listen, shave
iTunes
that
and leave us a
mustache.
great
And,
review.
as we always
or
say,
just go fuck yourself.
So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.